find it hard to say that everything is alright. Don't look at me that way, like everything is alright.
I have rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia, and I have a whole slew of shit going on. My world consists of doctor visits, so then on top of having to juggle my job and having to juggle my art and juggling, you know, normal life, I have to go to a million doctor's appointments. Something hurts you, here's a pill. Take this pill for what ails you, and then, but the pill is gonna mess something else up. So here's another pill for the side effects of that pill, and it is this cycle. It's really amazing. And I think it's sad for me because if I didn't take some of these pills and I fight it, I couldn't function. Like I would be in bed and I'd be deformed. And that's a trip. You know? How do you work 40, but in our case, really it's 50 hours a week, and then do your art, and then do, you know, gallery exhibits, and then be a good wife, and then have your house clean. You know, it is an impossible feat, but yet I continue to do it because that's my insanity.
There's a huge link or a significant correlation between mental health workers and burnout. To be burnt out, you have to hit 3 of the criteria. You have to have emotional exhaustion, be high on emotional exhaustion. You have to be high on depersonalization, with which the individual you're speaking to kind of loses that human aspect. And you have to be low on your sense of feelings of personal accomplishment. I thought innately mental health workers have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize emotions in yourself, recognize them in someone else, and manage that relationship. That's the basic level of it. And having worked in a crisis house for 6-7 years and being a mental health worker, I thought individuals who are actually high on emotional intelligence, who are doing this all this time, this emotional regulation, would be more likely to have experienced stress and more likely to burn out. So counterintuitive to the current research that's out there. What my research showed actually was that mental health workers only scored in the moderate range of emotional intelligence, so it was actually quite a normal curve. There wasn't this high group of people over here highly on emotional intelligence.
I do see burnout as being a weakness. I think society views therapists as they must have the answer to everything, they must not get stressed about anything. That's the feedback that I've gotten from folks, that you must have all these tools that you that you share with your clients. How do you manage your stress? And when they actually hear that we get stressed out, they're kind of shocked, they're kind of taken aback. And so
well, I came into this field with alcohol and drug community first as an alcohol and drug counselor, and I know in that environment, if you're burning out, that means that you're not being a good alcohol and drug counselor. You're not doing things right.
For us MFTs, we get this not journal, but kind of magazine every month, and in the magazine they have the section where they suspend people and revoke people's license. Have you guys ever read that?
yes.
Yeah, right. And all I do is read that section. I mean, I'll read the magazine, but I'll just go to that section because it's like the gossip section. Because where people get their license revoked is because they're DUI, because they snap and like assault somebody, or they have sex with their client. I mean, it is really wild. And I think that's because of burnout. And that's because they don't take care of themselves, so therefore they're gonna go drink and they're gonna, lose control and spit peas. And I mean, I think it's really important.
Another issue that is not really talked about is secondary trauma. And that plays a huge part in therapy, basically. We're hearing a lot of horrific stories, and we take it home, and if we're not managing our own burnout and stress, then it really can play an effect.
Like therapists have therapists. Like therapists have therapists. Like therapists have therapists.
We've joked around kind of about notice some of your, I want to say changing, but you know how the stress has kind of gotten to you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, can we talk about the little feisty mama that's been coming out?
I think since being here, I feel really comfortable with everyone now, and I'm being a little bit more real because I'm kind of over putting on some of the airs and the sparkliness, although I feel like I am a sparkly person. So I think in the past couple weeks I have been a little bit more feisty to my coworkers, but also keeping that in check because you know, I have been a little overwhelmed with my wedding stuff that's going on with my life, and I try as hard as I can to kind of keep that away from work, but it's still something that's inside of me. Because it's coming out a little spicy. I'm not sure. Am I hurting your feelings with my spiciness?
Oh God, yeah. Because I have such a hard time with assertiveness. When you first got here, I was like, you know, I love you, but I'm like, I'm gonna slap this girl. And she does not come, you know, real. But I'm really glad because it is very true. I mean, we have to be able to trust each other. I think we have a really good team. You know, I'm really excited. And
It's a dance, it's a fight that they deal with from 7 to 5 every early morning. Same themes. For survival, they rely on routine. Gentle fates, driven hearts.
okay, Ryan, entertain us.
You guys want to bust a beatboxing session?
Go ahead. Bring it. Can you do it? Uh-oh. Bring that fucking music, white boy.
Okay, that's not what I had in mind.
I was busy doing my vitae. I didn't get to talk as much shit as I really wanted to, so right now I'm kind of, you know, venting all the shit I could have talked at treatment to.
That's usually what this is, right? The car ride to lunch is like the process session. And, I don't think I was there yet.
Oh, you weren't there?
What happened?
Well, he was saying that the client she was presenting needed a higher level of care. He said, if I were you, I would look at my inadequate skills to be able to deal with this case. Kind of like something like that. Not even I would think about it. And I'm like, really? And he looked at me, he's like, really? You know, when you're an intern, you feel very inadequate already because you're learning. It's not a really great style. I mean, I get mad and, you know, for me it's, well, let me work harder, but not everyone's like that. I much prefer the encouraging style.
I will never forget your healing hands, my love. Although my heart has stopped, swore I'd given up. Well, I will never forget your healing hands, my love. You gave me daylight, you gave me sunlight. Turn the tape recorder home. You just left Jackie O for Mary.